Ladies and gentlemen, we have Bass Tadros here. Bass, tell us what it is that you are most passionate about, how you wish to serve the world, and some of the benefits that you've got from all your years of research and how you'd like to share them with people.
Great. Firstly, thank you for having me, and I love talking about what I'm passionate about and what I'm excited about. What I'm here to do is authentically educate and share my passion, my excitement, my love of research and helping others in a very, very simple way. A number of years ago, I researched and studied and found my excitement and my inspiration from within with regards to one beautiful technique called hypnotherapy. And so when I researched where does hypnotherapy stem from, where does it come from, where did it originate, just again out of my own inspiration, out of my own excitement, I found that it dates back to our original ancestors, and in that in itself spoke to me. 2,000 years ago, ancient Egyptians were utilizing hypnotherapy. It wasn't called hypnotherapy back then, but they called it sleeping beds, which simply put, it was the facilitation of or creation of an energy and a space where people could go into a harmonious state of mind to create a healing and a beautiful result in their day-to-day life. Their belief and their fundamental sort of idea was that whoever is having a disconnect or a dis-ease on this plane in this lifetime, they're basically experiencing that as a form of feedback that they're disconnected from their higher self. And when they get into this harmonious state of mind, they're able to reconnect whatever's being disconnected. And so whether it's an addiction, whether it's stress, anxiety, whether it's dealing with grief, guilt, whether it's something that is troubling you physically, mentally, health, emotionally, it's basically something that can be dealt with by rebridging that disconnect with your higher self. And so when I found this, I was very excited, and I researched more into it and realized that the term hypnotherapy was coined, many years later, somewhere in the 18th, 19th century, and surgeons were using it to hypnotize people to perform surgery, like amputations and things like that. And so if you can imagine that you are basically in a deep state of meditative state, you're meditating, you're relaxing, and at the same time you're getting the solution or the handshake with your higher self and vibrating at a higher frequency that is of healing, that is of creation, then you're hypnotizable. Hypnosis pretty much is self-hypnosis. It's not something where anybody controls you or controls your mind. The energy and the healing power comes from a benevolent love and giving you the opportunity to act on your free will and on your passion and your excitement. So that's all it is, and then basically you remove whatever's disconnected and you reform a new connection and a new powerful, intact, spiritual awareness, if you like, and break through whatever it is.
Bass, please give the people watching this video an example, an everyday example of how, or a problem that they might have that they're frustrated with, and how what you do can solve that quickly and easily and make it lasting.
Sure. I'll go with a very basic yet one that happens to all of us on a daily basis, and it's called distraction. Right now, just going past our office is a fire truck or an ambulance, and there's a siren blaring, and that could be a distraction, if you like, to term it that way. And every day you've got something blaring of a siren in your life, and it could be the telephone while you're at work trying to focus on writing out a report or finishing a project. It could be the kids when you're at home trying to cook a meal for your husband. It could be anything. These distractions could be reframed. They could be labeled, if you like. So from a distraction that's taking you away from something, what if we reframed it in a constructive way and made it so that it's a reminder to stay focused on what's at hand? If you're able to do this, and if you're able to grasp what I'm actually putting out there, you're going to find that whatever used to be a distraction for you is now, rather than taking you away and taking your energy away from what you're supposed to be focused on, to redirecting and helping you realize that you can channel your energy and channel your focus into what you've got on hand. Just because there's a siren out there, just because there's a phone ringing, just because there's people knocking on the door, it doesn't mean that you have to leave what you're doing. You could consciously and unconsciously go, I acknowledge, I accept that that's happening. However, I'm going to focus on what I'm doing right here, right now, because that's what's important. I'll get back to that person when he leaves a message or when she leaves a message. I'll, talk to the kids after I finish cooking this meal. I'll, answer that phone call when I finish my report. So it redirects your energy to focus rather than pulls it away. And that's basically called reframing and putting your energy where it's supposed to be rather than redirecting it.
Lovely, Bass. And if people want to get in contact with you, where can they go?
Very simple. Bass, B-A-S-S, Tadros, T-A-D-R-O-S, .com is where you can find me. And I'm sure you'll find a lot of resources on my website, or contact me direct, and I'm happy to work with you. Thank you.